Guys, it's Bieber. So we got some great news yesterday for baby Evelyn. Evelyn Boswell, 15-month-old, which she didn't even make it to 15 months from, what we gather. Um she was 15 months when she was reported missing. I will say that, which was a whole 2 months or more. Probably more. I believe it was more now that everything is starting to come out. But she wasn't reported missing, and now we know why, because her mother took her life. And I was looking at pictures, and I was reading these grand jury papers, and it just, looking at all these pictures, it just reminded me of how many different twists and turns this case had. Um, it's so awful. I mean, and really and truly, if you take everything at face value, this is really just a web of lies that she created all on her own. I mean, she even right down to she even blamed her beloved knight in shining armor, Mr. Chicken Shack right here. She even threw him under the bus pretty good. I guess for me, it is so unbelievable that this child was around so many awful people. It's very shocking to me that a child could be missing for 3 months or could be dead for 3 months and nobody even know. I think it's incredibly sad. I think it is incredibly sad. Look at this baby. Who could hurt this baby? There it is, guys. Look at this picture. Let's zoom in on this monster, this Casey Anthony 2.0 monster we have going on here. Let's zoom in a little bit. I want y'all to get a full grasp. Look at these dead eyes. Look at these dead eyes. I was looking at some of her interviews. She just licks the lies off of her mouth. Very reminiscent to Mr. Chris Watts. Well, Miss Megan, you are going down. You are going to get your payback for what you did to this baby, and all of the Evelyn's army is going to be watching you, and you're not going to get away with what you did to your child. You could have done so many things, and you chose not to. She was really abusing the baby. We're about to look at these grand jury documents, but she was abusing this baby. Then she neglected this baby, and now the baby is no more. She's very sick. You know, a lot of people were kind of torn about Megan, and I guess it's her age maybe. She kind of she can, if you look, she's got a baby face. Not here. She looks like a straight psychopath, but and some of the other pictures she's got a baby face, and she's just warm in the way she speaks, but nope, she's a monster. And she baby Evelyn had a dad, Ethan. He hasn't spoke much, which, I don't know. The baby had options. There's so many families that would have taken Evelyn. Anyways, guys, let's look at these documents. All right, so this one right here, which y'all seen the press conference. I'm just kind of going over. There are a few things in here that, I wasn't aware of, that, but everything is still sealed. The autopsy, everything is sealed, but grand jury of Sullivan County, Tennessee, being duly impeached. We don't have to need all that. Megan Boswell on or about December 2019 in the state and county foresaid, and before finding that presentment did unlawfully and feloniously kill Evelyn May Boswell, a human being, said killing being committed in the perpetration or attempt to perpetrate the felony crime of aggravated child abuse, contrary to Tennessee Code anointed, the numbers, 39-13202, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee. So the second one, Megan Boswell on or about December 2019 in the state and county, feloniously kill Evelyn May Boswell, human being, said killing being committed in perpetration or attempt to perpetrate felony crime of aggravated child neglect. So that just means that she was abusing the child, and she killed the child, and because she didn't take care of the abuse was neglected. Like, she had injuries that wasn't tended to. She could have been sick. They get her with other counts. Let's keep looking. And right here, I almost said Melanie Gibb. Megan Boswell, on or about December 19th, said, before finding presentment unlawfully, feloniously, knowingly, and other than by accidental means. No accident. This completely rules out accident. Treat Evelyn May Boswell. Birthday, November 21st, 2018. A child under 8 years old of age in such a manner as to inflict serious bodily injury. Count 4, Megan Boswell. Count. Knowingly neglect a child, Evelyn May Boswell. Date 21 November 21st, 2018. Under the child age of 8 years old. So as adversely affect child's health and welfare in the act of neglect resulting in serious bodily injury to the child. Bodily injury. I got tongue-tied. This is I'm trying not to burst into tears. I just cannot. This poor kid didn't have a damn chance, man. It's so sad. Count 5. Said before, destroy or conceal evidence with the intent to impair its availability, validity, or legitimacy as evidence in an investigation. The said Megan Boswell, knowing that the investigation was pending or in progress, contrary to Tennessee code. So I'm wondering if this is after the fact. She was once the baby was reported missing, she was locked up within a week. I think she lied enough. They caught on fast enough. Class C felony. Let's see. Yeah, and this count 6. It just says Evelyn Boswell claimed that her infant child was with the father, Ethan Perry, contrary to Tennessee code. Yeah. So that's just when she said the baby was with Ethan and he was not. And count 7 is just saying, it said that statement concerning the defendant's alleged lack of knowledge of the whereabouts where her infant daughter was, alleged efforts to locate her daughter. So this is just saying she didn't know where she was at. Count 8 says that Ethan Perry alleged refusal to respond to her text and voicemails regarding the daughter following an argument with Ethan about custody arrangements concerning her daughter. So that's just some more lies. This one says she made a statement in response to a legitimate inquiry by Sullivan County Sheriff Detective Captain Joey Strickler, a law enforcement officer, concerning a material fact about an offense or incident within the officer's concern, to which the disappearance of the defendant's infant daughter, Evelyn Boswell, knowing that the statement was false with the intent to obstruct or hinder the officer from preventing or offense or incident from occurring or continue occurring. The said false statement concerning defendant's alleged last physical contact with her infant daughter and defendant's alleged lack of knowledge of the whereabouts of her daughter. This is count 10. Federal Bureau of Investigation agents Jeff Bladen and Todd Wilcox, law enforcement officers, concerning material fact about the offense within the officer's concern about the disappearance of Evelyn, knowing that the statement was false with intent to obstruct or hinder the officers preventing. Let's see. Defendant gave her infant daughter to Ethan Perry to keep since she could not handle her daughter anymore, and Ethan Perry's alleged threats to take the defendant to court to address custody of their daughter. So yes, right there is just saying that she can't handle Evelyn anymore. This out of control Tasmanian devil child, which is so not true. She's so full of shit. And not only she can't handle the baby or Ethan's threats. Oh no, your words. I can't even take your words. Like, God, what an idiot. Inquiry count 11. Inquiry. Where am I? Inquiry by Sutherland County Sheriff Captain Joey Strickler, law enforcement officer, concerning material fact Evelyn Boswell, knowing last statement, false. Intent to obstruct. Okay, where is the stuff? The said false statement occurring to the defendant allegedly claims she last saw her infant daughter in the custody of Ethan Perry on December 26, 2019, which we knew that, but she had not contacted police to report the child missing on the advice of Angela Boswell. She threw her mom's a POS, but she still managed to, throw her under the bus too. Let's see, count 12 statement was false with the intent. Let's see, occurring. Said statement occurring defendant's mother, Angela Boswell, possibly having her infant daughter but refusing to share with the defendant the location of her daughter and whereabouts and whether she had custody of the defendant's daughter. So, yeah, this is just saying Angela wouldn't tell her where she was at. Count 13, another false statement concerning the defendant's mother, Angela Boswell, allegedly having taken her infant daughter in mid-December of 2019 and refusal to tell the defendant of her daughter's location, and that she allegedly did not call the police to report her infant daughter missing out of fear her mother, Angela Boswell, would harm baby Evelyn. Count 14. Let's see. Statement was false with the intent to hinder. Said false statement concerning defendant's mother, Angela Boswell, having allegedly taken her infant daughter because Angela Boswell believed that the defendant owed her money and that the defendant's mother, Angela Boswell, had allegedly told that Evelyn would not be returned to the defendant until the money was paid. Just crap. You know what I just thought about? God, I hate to even say this, but y'all may remember, people familiar with this case, and I have videos. There's a lot of information about a breakdown, and I'll post a link in the description where it gives everything on the website, WJHL. But there was a car involved, a car that was said that was Hunter Wood's mother, and I'm kind of wondering if at some point if Megan didn't tell him, give her the car to pay back this debt. I don't know. It's probably, that probably didn't happen, but that's what it did make me think of, is I wonder if that is where the giving of the car came from, because that is still strange. If they're not involved in baby Evelyn, being taken, then, why in the world would Hunter Woods give the car to Angela and William McLeod? I mean, I don't know. It just seems strange. Let's keep reading. Let's see. Concerning material facts. Preventing offense occurring. Angela Boswell allegedly having Evelyn at an unknown location, and that despite the efforts of the defendant to find her infant daughter, she allegedly did not know the whereabouts of her infant daughter and did not have any additional information to provide law enforcement in attempts to finding the missing child. Let's see. False statement. Evelyn Boswell, knowing his statement, intent, offense. Angela Boswell allegedly having given the defendant's infant daughter, Evelyn Boswell, to another person who Angela Boswell refused to name, that the infant child was safe and that would be better with the unknown person than with the defendant. Well, I mean, if that were true, and the baby was there, yeah, she would have definitely been safer than with any of these idiots. This one is telling. All right, count 17. Evelyn Boswell, knowing such a report or false statement with the intent to obstruct or hinder officer, preventing the offense occurring. The said false statement concerning the death of her infant child and the defendant's claim that her child's death resulted from either her or Hunter Wood rolling over onto the child while sleeping, and that the defendant did not know the location of the child's body. God. And I had heard that. I did hear rumblings of that, but I also heard that maybe the baby got backed over by a car when they was all spun out on a chemical. So I mean, y'all, in the press conference when the sheriff was like, all these things and all these false reports, and it caused. I mean, Y'all can't even imagine the rabbit hole that came out of this. I mean, literally, the baby was passed away in December. From everything I see, the baby passed away in December. And literally, the kid had 1,000 tips. 1,000 people called in with leads and tips about this baby, from sightings to this is what happened to look here to look there. Crazy. Count 18, abuse of a corpse, presented. Foresaid and before finding the presentable did unlawfully, knowingly, feloniously, without legal privilege, physically mistreat a corpse in the manner offense to the sensibilities of an ordinary person. God. Well, and maybe she wasn't undisturbed. There were reports that she was just kind of placed, but abuse of a corpse is abuse of a corpse. This is not reporting it. This is not anything. This is, it's awful. And this is count 19. Evelyn Boswell to the county medical examiner, local police. Let's see. She did not report the death of her infant daughter, Evelyn Boswell, to the county medical examiner, local police, district attorney, general, or sheriff, to where the death was from violence, trauma, or any suspicious, unusual, or unnatural manner. It's so sad, guys. Unnatural, violence. Violence. This baby died violently. This sweet baby right here, she died violently. This little baby right here, her mother could not handle her. She couldn't do it. Who could hurt this baby? How in the world could this baby be so out of control that she cannot be contained? This case is so heartbreaking. And this baby deserved so much better. And we will keep seeking justice for baby Evelyn. And monsters are real and they look like normal human beings. And unfortunately, reproductive systems, they don't discriminate, unfortunately. And this monster, she had this beautiful soul in her life and she abused it. She took her for granted. But you don't have to worry about that. No more, baby Evelyn. And the pain is for the living. And you deserved better. Guys, I'm going to close it here. We will be keeping up with this case. Hug your babies, guys. If you see something, report it. Even if it's, who cares if it's your family. If you haven't seen a child in months and months and months, but the mom is popping up in your face, investigate. Ask questions. Because this tragedy could have been avoided. This could have been avoided. If one or two people could have just got together and connected two dots, this could have been prevented. It's completely unfathomable how in the world this was even allowed to happen. Y'all have a good one.